Hello everyone and welcome to the 11th instalment of Xbox's weekly League Racing Review series. Once again we have 4 races to cover this week with BBS, AC, WOR and NRC as a break week in World this week. But first, as always, let's get into this week's League Racing news and transfers, which has included some big drama this week. It was another concerning week for the community as they saw a closure of 2 more outfits on PlayStation this time. The first of these was FVR Campionato, who completely closed their doors, while second team Juventus announced that they'd be merging with smaller and unknown team Proto Sim Esports. However, the biggest drama of the week unfolded on Wednesday, in the run-up to AC, and involved OP's Evan Shenshik seemingly attempting to bribe MVR's owner Nath. He offered both money and to take out one of MVR's rival in return for them removing Ogwin for their roster so that he could be used by his new team at OP. OP later would release this statement announcing that Evan would no longer be part of the team, and Ogwin would actually leave the team to return to MVR, as Nath failed to accept Evan's offer. As a result of this as well, OP only used one driver in this week's race at Hungary in AC, and this could be the start of problems for the PlayStation team trying to make their way on Xbox. TF10 also announced their return back to the console this week, announcing a number of signings on Xbox and on PlayStation, just as I rumoured last week. Their new console side debuted on Wednesday this week in AC, so stay tuned to find out how that went for them. F7R continued their somewhat reboot of TF, bringing in Urpek from NLR, Stefano from FBR, and Francesco Largo from PR. Whilst OP continued their Xbox expansion with Jack RC from BRT and Ferdinand from PSR, as well as bringing in Ryder Dow from PR to strengthen their PlayStation side. The first race of this week was BBS at Kota on Monday night, and just 4 teams were competing due to Parnell's late dropout, while FRT also debuted. Shazoo Venom ended up with the fastest time, followed up by Joe Murphy for BRT and MVR's Nick.
No, I don't think so. Alright, so Shazoo Venom is lining up a restart. Oh, and I think he has gone. It's a bit of a throttle glitch because the game's absolutely incredible. But his game's left a little 6-step capital really deep into the final corner though. Joe Murphy getting a wiggle as well, so not getting the best of exits. PSR Nick is right in the back of him. Using his ERS as well to advantage. He thinks he'll go for moves turn 1 here.
Oh,
I wouldn't fight this out with Joe Murphy, and he doesn't do so. Any moves at the back there, Ellis?
There is. Liam Bowman has got past Shazoo, going side by side, and it's Liam by the inside line, and he gets it done before. As when I spoke, Crowden got a penalty, and he'll be the first driver with a 3-second time penalty this race. Actually, that's the driver. That's the other driver in the wall. That is him.
Although the whole field stopped the mediums under the safety car, one driver stormed the field, with Bowman taking the lead from the back of the grid and going on to win from 16th place, despite a track limits penalty. Meanwhile, behind him, there was this battle on the final lap for 3rd place behind an MVR 1-2.
Oh, it's a switch back from Ruben. Oh,
That's hit. Ruben's defending. He's waiting for his teammate, Venom, to come along. And Venom's doing nothing. Joe Murphy does a switchback and he gets it done. Joe Murphy in fair play to him. Meanwhile, at the front,
fair enough.
Lee Bowman, he starts to the last. He's going to come across the line to get another MVR win. Yeah, that 3-second will not matter, as it'll be MVR 1-2. With Nicky's second, Joe Murphy again, BRT's first podium.
With Joe Murphy beating the Shazoo pair of Ruben and Venom to the final spot on the podium, his BRT teammate Magician managed to recover to 6th after making a 2nd pit stop. That leaves the standings looking like this with 2 rounds remaining, with a newcomers FRT likely looking to close down Valor in just a short number of races. AC returned for its break for round 5 of the championship at Hungary on Wednesday, and OP and Tier 10 both made their debuts in the championship. However, the highest driver of these 2 teams would only be 9th in qualifying, whilst the front row was shared between Shazoo's Venom and MVR Drop.
5 red lights are on here in Hungary. Foot to the floor, engine notes rise, and we are go. Venom gets a good start from pole position. Drobble immediately alongside him down into turn 1. Wheel banging. Passy makes it 3 wide. Drobble into the lead. Bowman with a huge send. He's up into almost P3. Is that? Oh, and there's a spinner. Passy has gone round. That is so unfortunate. He's gone from 3rd down to 19th at turn 1. Quantum has lost places too. TF10 Lucas is now in 5th. I remember TF10 being down in 9th and 12th at the start. They've made up places. This is a perfect start for NVR. 1st and 3rd. There's 2 cars into the wall. That is Cam and Dan. Cam is out of the race, and we immediately have this race thrown a safety car.
Once racing resumed, all eyes would be on the NVR duo of Bowman and Drobble, who had started on the soft tyres, and they controlled the first stint from the front. Bowman eventually came in on onto the mediums, ensuring that he would not be undercut, but teammate Drobble didn't have such a good time, getting involved in this incident with BRT's car seat shortly after their pit stops.
Ducks, I mean, Bowman will be on the back of Zinity in a lap as Drobble clears Dan. Oh, that's almost 3 wide into the final corner. Behave, lads, that is not where you go 3 wide. Drobble goes round the outside of Sam. Who doesn't have DRS in this train? It's Sam that doesn't. I wasn't sure who'd gone over the detection line first, and now they're going to go almost 3 wide, nearly 4 wide into turn 1. Dan on the inside, Carsey follows through and is now going to... Oh dear! I think there may have been contact there between Carsey and Drobble. Drobble is spun round, and that is huge for the championship. NVR with a huge lead currently. Carsey's currently ghosted, but NVR are going to lose points because of that.
With rain that had been threatening all race finally breaking over the track on lap 31, a number of drivers came into the pit for the intermediate tyres and set up this incredible last lap, with intermediate runners chasing those who had stayed out for dries.
Gear halfway down towards the start line, but Bobberts maintains 3rd ahead of Carsey. Plackey is now on the main straight. He's only 6 seconds behind them. This could be an inspired strategy call from TTM as Bobberts and Carsey is still going at it while I wasn't watching. Carsey now ahead. Surely he's got the move done, but Bobberts, pad traction OP, gets back up the inside. Carsey takes a wide line. We've got yellow flags.
No!
Venom's gone. Venom has spun round from 2nd, and that is going to gift a place to Plackey, who will surely get Carsey and Bobberts. Look at the time he's made. This is absolutely... I mean, Plackey, of course, on the tyres that you should be on, but he's making them work, and Harvey might even be looking at a potential podium. This has all gone completely... The form book of the first 30 laps, bar Bowman out front, has gone out of the window. Plackey up to 3rd. Surely he's going to do Carsey on the exit of the chicane. Surely... He's got the power down. He's done it.
Fucky.
And that will be as high as he goes, I think, as Harvey makes the move into 5th. All Harvey's got to do is clear Bobberts, because Carsey is carrying that penalty. Zinity clears Passy. Passy absolutely made the wrong decision to stay out on dry tyres, because he was running 7th or 8th, and he just did not have the gap to make it work. But someone who did have the gap to make it work, as Harvey clears Bobberts to 4th.
No.
Someone who had
Passy.
the gap.
Passy.
Passy spun. Passy has spun.
No, Passy's coming.
Oh.
Passy's coming. Passy might get him here.
Oh dear. One thing that isn't going to change in these last laps is Liam Bowman on dry tyres. No problem. Liam Bowman wins in AC Hungary. Plackey takes 2nd. And give a round of applause, everyone, to FRT Harvey for taking a very unlikely podium. Carsey takes 4th. Bobberts 5th.
Liam Bowman there just held on to take the win on his slicks, although everyone else was not so lucky, with TTM Plackey and FRT Harvey overtaking the others to take the remaining podium places. That thrilling finish leaves the standings like this. NVR still holding a healthy lead over BRT, whilst the battle for 3rd between Shazoo, TTM and FRT continues to heat up, whilst the poor debut for OP and TF10 leaves them with a single point between them. Following on from that was Tier 1 of WOR, racing at France on Friday, with Sav holding a 23-point lead over M-Racer in the championship following the German driver's win last time out in Texas. And it would be Sav who took yet another pole position, as the only driver to set a time in the 1:27s, although he was closely followed by Matthew Hall and Sam Gamer.
Race is now beginning here for console tier 1, and it is lights out and away we go, and Sav gets a very good start. Matthew Hall slightly quick off the line though, might get into the toe, running down in towards turns number 1 and 2 of Rain, looks towards the inside line, and Matthew Hall might actually have the lead in towards turn 1. He doesn't. Sav holds on for Matthew Hall in 2nd, Sam Gamer there in 3rd, Kia, Akai and Nick side by side as well coming out, but here comes Matthew Hall to the inside line now in toward the hotel section at turn 3 and gets the job done. So the Mercedes through on the Red Bull gets into the race lead. That is needed for the championship. 7 extra points as it stands. Nick side by side with Keenan in the back when they're having a right squabble as they come now through in toward the middle sector, but Matthew Hall leading the way from Sav in 2nd. Off, and Kai made a mistake through there. That might be Kai now running at him all the way down in towards the chicane. Noah dives it to the inside line. The Red Bull on board with the hats, gets caught on the inside curb. Now brings Sam Gamer back into play in the lead. Sam Gamer still leads. Sav though right in this as well. We'll take it from Sav's perspective, running up the hill in towards Sinye and Bose at turns 10 and 11, but Sam Gamer hanging on for absolute grim life out in front. Kai with a 5-second penalty might get that removed. Looks the outside line in towards Bolso. There's contact between them both. That was never going to work. And Sav leaves him short of room. Sam Gamer spins. Kai spins. Sav now in the race lead. Axe there in second. Sam Gamer with a 3-second penalty. He's going to get that one removed for sure. You've left the session, which is unfortunate as well. But
Yeah.
Sav is coming through the final couple of corners through Lack and Pond. However controversial this race win will be, Sav has been there in the vanguard throughout. And the championship leader is going to do it again. Out on track. Provisionally, PSR Sav wins in front.
Sav taking the win there in slightly controversial circumstances, and that will surely go to the stewards' room, but it is yet another victory for the champions leader at the end of the day, as he was closely followed home by Axe F1. NRC headed to Portimao on Sunday, with OP holding a healthy 51-point lead in the standings thanks to the closure of PSR and FVR in the recent days. Similarly to last week, the presence of only 9 teams, due to FVR's disbanding, coupled with several qualifying bans, meant that Q2 was reached by just doing its intermediate tyre run, whilst both JR and ET8 drivers were knocked out in the subsequent second part of qualifying. This left Q3, in which BRT's Carsey took a surprise pole position, followed by Liam Bowman and FRT Harvey, who impressed the newcomers, FRT.
5 lights on ahead of the drivers. And for the final time, they're out and we're underway, and Carsey gets away well, but Bowman gets away even better, and he's going to have the inside coming into the first corner. What a simple move for the lead. That was contact there between NLR Justin and Elite Risks. He's under pressure now. There's a Mercedes on the outside, wheel to wheel between Elite Risks and Harvey. Coming through turn 3 now and up through turn 4. Elite Risks holds that position slightly wide there. BRT Finn, who just about scraped through into Q3, now looking to make moves on the opening lap. There's the dive from Enzo. Will there be contact with Justin? No, he does very well to keep out of his side.
With rain expected towards the end of the race, a mixture of all 3 tyre compounds were present on the grid, allowing for a number of overtakes in the opening laps as drivers on softer compounds made their way by slower cars. Despite this, Liam Bowman was the runaway leader, increasing his gap to over 4 seconds by the start of lap 10, when many of the soft starters pitted for mediums, whilst those who had started on mediums or hards were attempting to go until the rain without making a stop. This rain began to fall on lap 22, with drivers coming into easy intermediates over the subsequent 2 laps. Despite this, and being one of the drivers to pit on the later lap, Liam Bowman still came out in the lead, and this allowed him to dominate for the rest of the race.
On F122, but over time he has just got better and better and better. And a week on from PSR Nick's Novus Racing Championship glory, NVR have won again by Liam Bowman, who takes it by a country mile over NLR Justin, who takes a brilliant podium but will not come without an investigation. OP Ryan recovering.
He was followed up by NLR's Justin and OP Ryan, who took a fine 3rd place after a qualifying ban, while it was a disappointing race for G-League and FRT, who both failed to score top 10 finishes. Next week then, we've got a full catalogue of 5 races for you, with BBS at Brazil, World at Saudi Arabia, AC at Austria, WR at Japan, and NRC at Qatar. And my prediction for this week is we're going to see actually at least 2 1-2 performances in these races. So in 2 of these 5 races, a team, and I'm not sure who, but I think F7R have a good chance in World, potentially MVR in BBS, and there will be 2 1-2 finishes for a team. So that is my prediction. And if you guys have any predictions, let me know down in the comments what they are. Thank you for watching, though. That is going to be everything for today. Thank you all so much for watching, as always. Make sure to tune in at roughly the same time next week as well. We're doing these every week, so make sure to keep up to date. Thank you all for watching so much, and goodbye.